Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk About Sleep. There's the book. The Amazon link is in the description box down below. Here is part 2 of this month's question and answer. Part 1 was all about trazodone. Okay, it seems to be a hot topic. This is everything else that's been asked. So thank you for everybody who interacted. If you have questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below the video that you want me to talk about, and I'll answer everything. As I always say, these videos are for educational purposes only. That's it. Okay? So hopefully it gives you something to think about, something to talk to your provider with. Okay? But this should not replace medical advice. And if you like this channel, please click like. Please subscribe to it. And with that being said, let's get going. Okay. So where do we start? So Just Shelley wrote, I am sleeping myself to death, and then what about those of us sleeping 20 hours and still too tired to chew? So in both of those cases, this sounds like very, very severe sleepiness, okay? So when somebody is tired, you can be fatigued or you can be sleepy. They sound like the same thing, but they're not. Sleepiness is, I am going to sleep 20 hours a day. I'm going to sleep in the daytime. Fatigue is more like I'm not going to fall asleep. I just don't have the energy to do what I want to do, to get up and go, as you say, as I say. In this case, I definitely would evaluate you with an in-lab test, an in-lab sleep test with a nap test the next day. Okay, it's called a PSG, MSLT. I've had videos on that, looking at things like narcolepsy. Okay, But the other possibility, if that's been done already and kind of ruled out, is something like depression. Depression is classic for kind of being extremely tired in the daytime and not being able to kind of get out of bed. So definitely an evaluation should be done. I don't know what will come of it, but certainly one of those two paths should be explored. Okay, good luck. Mysterious Realms writes on my Ambien and other Z drugs video, if a sleeping pill is working for someone, they want to keep using it, let them. Don't change what isn't broken. I agree with that. 100%. In my last video, I commented on that. However, it is important for everybody to kind of be on the same page as far as what these side effects and what the long-term consequences could be, right? So to give you an idea, what I mean by that is, Ambien, Zolpidem, right? The medical literature says that there could be risk for dementia. Okay, fine. But also what's a risk for dementia and other health problems is not sleeping at all, right? So if Ambien is something that works for them, right, that may be something that the risk is tolerated. Okay, so but the discussion should definitely be there. Okay, but I agree with you. I Like Turtles writes, thank you for doing these videos. They are very informative and well presented. Thank you, Turtles. I like turtles too. Same person writes on my upper airway resistance syndrome. Thank you very much for doing this. I'd appreciate it if you give more details on things like MMA surgery, large tonsils, septoplasty, turbinate reduction, sleep fragmentation, and anything else you think of note regarding UARS. Keep up the great content. Thank you, I Like Turtles. I'm going to have videos on these topics. Not this one, but I will definitely get to them. So thank you for your suggestions, and thank you for being a loyal viewer. Okay. Let's see here. On my sleep inertia video, George writes, I like my 20-minute power nap, but an hour or two brings on exactly what you described. Thanks for the explanation. Yeah, exactly. So a power nap, 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes or so early in the day should be totally fine. Okay, but when you get into 45, 50, an hour, 2 hours, then yeah, you're going to definitely have sleep inertia. So thanks for bringing that up, George. Okay. Alejandro writes, and this is actually in apropos to I Like Turtles questions, does MMA surgery cure sleep apnea? I have an AHI of 10.4 in a lab study. Okay, so MMA surgery is maxillary mandibular advancement surgery. Okay, so the maxillary bones are here, or the maxillary bone is here. Mandibular bone is here, it's the jaw. Okay, and MMA surgery, it's not a mixed martial arts. It's what happens is the surgeon will break this bone, this bone, this bone, this bone, and pull everything forward. Okay, so you're making a bigger space for the air to go, and they put metal plates in and the bones grow together. It can be curative for sleep apnea, all forms of sleep apnea. Okay, you say you have an AHI of 10 in a study. What that basically means is saying he has 10 stoppages of breathing per hour, which is mild sleep apnea. This seems like a very aggressive move for that, but again, that's something you'd have to discuss with your doctor. If somebody had 110 per hour, which is extremely severe and couldn't tolerate CPAP or anything else, I would consider it. But for an apnea number of 10 per hour for this kind of surgery, it seems quite extreme. What should I do? I'm 24 years old, 5 feet 10, and have been healthy my whole life. I need a permanent cure. Well, there are other options. One of them, over my shoulder here, which I made a video on, is the Excite OSA. And what this is basically a tongue, I don't know if it comes through here in the video, but it's a tongue training device. It's kind of like something you put on your tongue 20 minutes a day, and basically gives an impulse, electrical impulse. Over time, it strengthens the tongue, and it actually prevents it from falling backwards in the nighttime. Useful for mild cases, for snoring or mild sleep apnea. So this might be something to look into, okay? It's not permanent, but basically what happens is patients will do this 20 minutes a day, twice a day for 6 weeks, and then once a week thereafter. So it's not permanent, but if you don't want to avoid CPAP or the things, this is a possibility. The other would be a dental device, which I have videos on. And then the third would be an implantable nerve stimulator, which I also have videos on. But I would say any of those before going to MMA surgery for me personally. Okay, good question though. Brendan writes, in my Making Up for Lost Sleep video, I've always wondered about this. Yeah, it's one of those things, those old adages, like you can't make up for lost sleep. Yeah, it's true, but there's a reason for that, and I think that's all the questions that I wanted to discuss. So thank you again for everybody who interacted. If you like these videos, please click like, please share them with your friends and family. And if you have further questions, just put them in the comment section down below. I will get you all of them, okay? And my book is over there on my right shoulder. I guess I'll also use this time to tell you I'm writing my second book, so I don't know when that'll be done or what the time course will be, but it's in writing. So so keep an eye out for that, and until next time, sleep well.